How to develop a strong sense of self-worth. Because honestly, it be like that sometimes. Sometimes you be down bad and you feel like you're the only one and no one else can understand what you're going through. But I guarantee you, everyone watching this video right now has felt like this at least once in their life. So relax. It's normal. What's not normal is if you feel like this always, forever. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to get up good when you're down bad.
Wait, before we continue, ask yourself this question.
First, recognize that what you need is not $1 million, it's not a new boo or a condo on the beach. What you need is something called internal validation. It's what you need because it's long lasting. It fills your soul. Those other things I mentioned are examples of external validation, right? Success, someone to care about you, money. And these things are good, but they're temporary. You ever heard of someone having all the money? They got all the fame, and yet they still want to. That's because the eternal stuff is good, but it can't hold you.
Shoots her double leg. As long as she runs her feet, it doesn't matter how big and strong he is, she's able to drive through it.
If you use external things to set your value, those things could change, which means your self-value would change and your identity would change. You need something internal that doesn't change, right? And that's why, as a Christian, I use the words of God to help remind me to keep my value high when those days come when I feel like I'm not worth much. So let's work on the inside and do the inner work. Step 1, let's recognize the why. You see, 8 times out of 10, there's something underlying, right? Something unresolved that's causing the dissatisfaction in you. Look at this demonstration. This is me. This is my dad. This is my dad pouring his trauma into me as a kid, therefore causing my low view of myself. As you can see, the trauma doesn't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, over the years, I add trauma that I cause, and life adds some more. But the underlying cause doesn't just go away on its own. For you to move on, you have to do something called the inner work, which means you have to address your issues and find a safe place to safely dispose of them. Now, this is a lot easier said than done, but some safe ways for you to address and dispose would be in therapy or with a confidant, someone you trust. Or for Christians, God can help you with this. I mean, that's how I did it. I was too young to afford therapy, you know? But listen, shoot, I might still go today. That way I have God and therapy on my side. Doing the inner work will allow you to start with a clean cup. And this is where we build. See, positive self-talk and positive habits and behaviors will help. But they'll only take you so far if you don't have any space to build. In the end, it won't be as effective if you haven't done the inner work. Okay, now we're going to fill you up with the good stuff. Step 2, practice positive self-talk. Ignore negative self-talk when you can. This will help protect and sustain the sense of value that you are practicing. Now think, why do you have to protect your self-worth? Because you can lose it at any time. It could be people. It could be events in your life. Anything can and will try to challenge that positive view that you have of yourself. Now, it does get easier to defend this positive view, but it still takes a little effort. So check out my other video on eliminating negative self-talk for more information. Step 3, focus on building positive habits and behaviors. Practicing self-care, right? Celebrating your accomplishments. Setting boundaries, learning to deal with difficult emotions in healthy ways. This will help you cultivate that strong sense of self-worth. And my last step, step 4, and I'm going to continue to repeat this in all my videos, find community. Surround yourself, if you can, with positive people who can help you learn and grow. This can be long distance or virtual meetups. You may have to get uncomfortable with going out and finding people if you can't find people where you are. But being a part of a good community will help reinforce the positive self-image, right? It's like going to the DR to perfect your Spanish. ¿Entiende? Please don't chase distractions like unhealthy coping skills, like sex and drugs and money. You're wasting your time. Time you could have had having a healthy relationship with yourself. But it's never too late. And please don't allow anyone to set your worth. Not even if they set it high. Because if you let them dictate your value, one day they can set it high, the next day they set it low. Now you stuck. People want to be more secure in themselves, but it doesn't come from adding things to yourself, because nothing is as long lasting or permanent as a perspective and a conviction. Your perspective, it deals with the way you think. A conviction deals with what you believe, how you feel. Now, if you could train your brain and your heart to agree that you have value all by yourself, that's going to last a lot longer than that cash flow or that BBL. All right, but that's all the time I have for this video. Remember, preach, teach, reach each. Peace.
Hey, I'm just logging on to say you can be like the coolest, most richest person ever, and it doesn't buy you happiness. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Fame only puts a magnifying glass on the shit you already have. So I'm just telling everyone now, like anyone who has like internal issues or has like any type of self problems that they need to work out now, because money, fame, or success, or even getting older doesn't really fix it. You need to just like do the inner work.